With continued positive news stories and more billionaires seemingly buying the dip, there's more than one reason to be optimistic right now. So let's take a look at the news and data showing a continued market recovery. If you like the content in today's video, make sure you subscribe to the channel and check out my Patreon link down below for 2 additional videos each month. So we're just over 1 week from the May 19th bottom of the crypto market, and I am now calling that a bottom as I believe we're not going to revisit that level again. And since hitting that bottom, we really smashed the Fear and Greed Index all the way back to the number 10, which has been one of the lowest I've ever seen it. Now we have started to recover. Yesterday we were at 22, still extremely fearful, but today we are now at 27, which gives a reading of just fear. And so we're starting to see renewed confidence in the market, albeit quite slow. If we just go back over the crypto fear and greed index over time, you can see some of the levels that we were at when we were posting up big numbers and BTC was around 50, 60K. We were pushing towards 80 on the index. So I think this is something I will use going forward to monitor the situation when we are more bullish and when we're hitting these areas around the 80th percentile, which is very much a greed driven area of the market cycle. That'll be somewhere that I look to take profits going forward. So I definitely want to use this sentiment indicator going forward, both in good times and bad. I think that this has played out very nicely during this dip, and it's definitely an item to add to the crypto toolbox. In terms of the total crypto market cap, we were up to 2.4 trillion before the correction. We're now back up to 1.8 trillion with a lot of money still sat on the sidelines and many investors expecting a bit of a pullback or some form of turbulence here as we hit some key levels around the 40k point for BTC, and as some of these altcoins start to revisit areas they were at prior to the dump. Having a look across the top 15 here, I think the coins with the potential to bounce back over the coming weeks look to be Polkadot and XRP now, still down around 6% from 1 week ago. XRP with their SEC issue to be finalized soon. I think if that clears up positive for them and maybe they just pay a fine, you will see XRP really make moves. And Polkadot has just been very slow to recover here. No fundamental changes. Parachain's still coming in Q3, and I expect this one to recover back up towards the $40 area before too long. It's also worth noting that the Ethereum gas price right now is around 23 Gwei. This is rather low. And so if you're doing any farming or you've got some tokens locked up somewhere, or even if you need to approve a token contract to swap on Uniswap, now may be a decent time to do that. So let's have a look at a bit of spot the difference here. This was rather amusing last night on crypto Twitter. Souljaboy, the American rapper, found an interesting project at SafeMars, looks moon-worthy. SFM presale is now live on DX sale. This was at 11:47 p.m. just a few hours earlier. He incorrectly posted this, the same tweet, but also they raising 240k. If they raise it after your tweet, you will get $24,000. So Souljaboy seemingly copying the email to the tweet that he was meant to pump out, but including the terms that he was going to receive. What an absolute idiot. The telltale signs were already there. SafeMars looked like a scam project, and also the way that this text comes out, found an interesting project, looks moon-worthy, isn't something you'd expect to come from the Twitter account of an Atlanta rapper. So if that leaves you feeling pessimistic about the markets, let's bring in some optimism with optimistic roll-ups. So I'm sure you've heard of the word Arbitrum, and this is an L2 scaling solution for Ethereum, and it's actually going live on Friday. So the headline reads, Ethereum scaler Arbitrum is launching Friday with developer support from Alchemy, and 150 projects have already requested early access to this. Here is the off-chain labs team responsible for Arbitrum. So what does this mean for us as users? Well, this roll-up technology, which is set to launch on the 28th, which is Friday, gives a layer 2 solution offering drastically higher transaction throughput than Ethereum and gas fees that are 270 times lower. And this is an L2 scaling solution that is trustless, permissionless, and its security is derived from Ethereum. So there's very little drawbacks from this, and you're going to get the scalability that you're asking for. And in tandem with this launch, Off-Chain Labs have actually partnered with Alchemy. And this is so devs can more easily tap into this new network. Alchemy is said to power up to 70% of the top Ethereum applications and has over 30 billion in on-chain transactions. So this is scaling tech being rolled out right now that's going to be in the hands of majority of the decentralized applications that you may use. So some of the solutions that we've been waiting for so long look to be here now. And this is through their roll-up technology. So roll-up technology is key to scaling Ethereum apps. A roll-up is basically a sidechain aggregation of transactions in a smart contract that will settle to the main chain at some future point. So the roll-up refers to the way the sidechain bundles many transactions to be committed to the main chain. Arbitrum is an optimistic roll-up, meaning the state changes are first published with minimal inspection and fraud checking, allowing for additional speed. And this partnership between Arbitrum and Alchemy drastically lowers the barrier to entry by meeting a large swathe of developers where they already are, i.e. Ethereum. So this is going to bring about a new environment. When you have a new environment that's cheaper and faster, you're going to get new use cases that come from this, more smart contracts for different things. I think this is going to bring about a whole sea of changes and really improve user experience on Ethereum. So this really could be a key component to bringing about DeFi Summer 2.0 this year, and many have speculated online that the use of more smart contracts through this L2 architecture is going to be a positive thing for Chainlink. So all eyes also on the Chainlink token price when this rolls out. So Hayden Adams posted this: the Uniswap community has spoken with overwhelming support in favor of an Arbitrum deployment on Uniswap v3, not v2 but v3. The vote so far, yes, 41.35 million, which is incredible, and no, 0 uni, which is rather resounding. Clearly, the people want cheaper and faster. And incidentally, this is 1.35 million more than is required to meet the threshold to pass a live proposal. Hayden goes on to say that assuming the snapshot passes, we intend to support the community by deploying the V3 contracts to Arbitrum. We remain excited for Optimism and our continued work with their team targeting a deployment in the near future. So this again is another L2 solution due around July, I believe. And layer 2 solutions will unlock enormous user experience benefits with fast finality and low transaction fees. So of course, this has been welcomed with open arms by users of Uniswap. And just to give you an idea of the type of human capital pushing forward changes in this industry, so the co-founder and chief scientist at Off-Chain Labs is Ed Felton, a Princeton University professor. And from the year 2015 to 2017, he served as the White House's Deputy CTO for Technology. And he was also senior advisor to the president. So we really do have some of the brightest minds in the world pushing forward blockchain tech. So if that doesn't make you bullish, I really don't know what will. So yesterday as well on Twitter, I saw this job advert posted up. It has since been deleted by Apple with the prospect the company may soon be supporting crypto payments. So they posted a vacancy for a business development manager for alternative payments. And it stipulates the candidate should have experience with handling cryptocurrency, and the recruit would be joining a team that's responsible for Apple Pay and the iPhone Wallet app. So here is a screen grab of the actual advert that was posted. I'll leave it down below for you to have a little look through. But this goes to show that big tech is now looking to integrate crypto, and they are hiring the staff that they require to do this. So this is a big move and something obviously we all expect to happen over time, but we're living through it right now. So how long before this team is in place? How long before you see Apple Pay including top cryptocurrencies? Who really knows? But this is going to spur a whole generation of potential crypto users to be onboarded into the crypto community. And you have to ask yourself, what do the other big tech companies, Facebooks, Amazons, Microsofts, Googles, do when one of the big competitors to them are looking to do this kind of thing and make these big changes? They're obviously going to have their own crypto plays as well. And this looks to be those baby steps in the right direction. Clearly, when they're onboarding this for their users, how long before they announce that they've actually bought some BTC and add it to their balance sheet? And here we have Carl Icahn, a famous investor in the US, saying that he's about to drop up to $1.5 billion into crypto, Ethereum and BTC being the names. Previously, he said in 2018 that crypto is ridiculous and added, maybe I'm too old for them, but I wouldn't touch that stuff. But he has since done a 360 and is now getting involved in the crypto markets. And I think this speaks to a wider problem of widespread inflation. So here he goes on to say that cryptocurrency today, some of them will not actually survive, which is a fair enough comment, but he thinks that there is going to be merit in some of them and they're studying it currently. They're going to get involved in not a small way, but a big way. And a big way for us means $1 billion to maybe $1.5 billion. He also mentions that they have not yet currently bought any crypto, which I find very hard to believe. He's a prominent individual. You wouldn't go on a TV show, he was on like CNBC or something, and state you're about to buy $1.5 billion of cryptocurrency and let everyone front run you. So I'm sure he's already been part of the dip buying that's gone on, maybe part of the wider conspiracy to FUD and dump the markets, who knows. But this is definitely in a reaction to the widespread money printing, because if you're very wealthy, you need to protect yourself and protect the money that you've got. And this on a day where Joe Biden proposes a $6 trillion budget to make the US more competitive. So more money printer going burr. And this would push federal spending to its highest sustained levels since World War II. So clearly the rich now realize they need the hard assets, Bitcoin and Ethereum. From Consensus 2021, we also have this from PayPal letting their customers now withdraw their crypto. This has been a major bugbear, and now Jose Fernandez da Ponte, one of their execs, goes on to say that withdrawals will go live. So we wish for the customers to take it to their destination of choice. So withdrawals will be live on PayPal. This has been a major issue. Everyone's saying, well, this could be a Ponzi scheme, because if clients are not able to withdraw, how can you prove that you have the crypto there? How can you prove you're not just moving numbers around in a database? And so now the 360 odd million customers at PayPal will be able to buy crypto and move it off to their own cold storage solution. Not your keys, not your crypto. And this is an excellent thing from PayPal. Then finally here, Bitcoin outflows from exchanges suggest confidence the crypto rout is over. This is because the net inflows to the exchanges have turned negative for the first time since April 22nd. So let's pull up this chart. On here, the green is a net inflow to exchanges. Clearly, if BTC is going to exchanges, it's likely being sold. As the green went up, the price of Bitcoin suddenly goes down. No coincidence there. Clearly, the whales put their money on, dumped it, and now they've bought back in. And now it looks like the money is exiting. So BTC leaving the exchanges. And so we have price now stagnating around 40K. But this would lead you to believe if the BTC continues to exit the exchanges, the price can only go up. So it does seem like the billionaires and the whales have had their fun. And hopefully we can now move on to the next leg of the market. So from tomorrow, Ethereum Dapps may well be scaling at 100x. This is going to be very exciting to see exactly what the gas costs are tomorrow. We'll have to go and have a little look, play around, and see what improvements have been made. But this is a great step forward for Ethereum. And then we're also seeing these billionaires continue to buy up crypto assets. No real surprise. And the on-chain data backs this up. So I think this drives home the message that the sentiment in crypto markets can literally change on a dime at any point. So you have to have a long-term outlook with this, focus on the long-term, zoom out, and try and ignore the short-term FUD attempts. That is all for today's video. Please subscribe if you're new here. Check out my Patreon and links down below, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.